Hello and welcome to your favorite technology show, Tech360. I'm your host, Aayush Elavadi, here from Maximum City, shooting in the great outdoors because this is an action-packed episode like never before. Blink and you will miss all the action from sports, FIFA, the World Cup and technology to AI, smartphone privacy and security, Android, iOS, the future of mobility. There's so much that we have to pack in this show. I think we need to get the show started. FIFA World Cup 2026. It's coming very soon. What if I told you there's a strong tech connection to football and what's happening in FIFA 2026? I hope to be there like every 4 years. That's a trip that is the holy grail for us football fans. But this time, there's so much more for tech enthusiasts as well. Here's a Tech360 roundup of all the tech we can expect at the upcoming FIFA World Cup, the biggest sporting event on the planet.
The FIFA World Cup has evolved into one of the most advanced technology stages on the planet, where global-scale logistics and broadcast operations rely on AI systems, edge computing and real-time data pipelines as much as they do on the football itself.
Lenovo is the official technology partner of the FIFA World Cup, but what does that mean? Is it just a gimmick or is there more to it? Well, Lenovo is actually providing FIFA with a full stack, AI-driven solution, hardware, software, everything. Half the things we mentioned as the official technology partner. What is Lenovo doing? That's what we wanted to find out as well. Well, this might give you a little bit more of a lowdown.
It is a live, high-pressure proof of concept for AI-ready devices, data center platforms, and hybrid AI infrastructure. Cameras, replay systems, and production rigs are supplied by multiple specialist vendors and coordinated by FIFA's host broadcast partners. ThinkPads, Lenovo tablets, and Motorola smartphones support media, operations, and content teams on the ground. Servers, storage, and edge platforms contribute to the infrastructure used for data-heavy tasks around video, content management, and tournament operations. Its AI-ready infrastructure helps enable enhanced graphics, richer analysis, and more personalized viewing experiences. Inside stadiums and official venues, devices and edge platforms help run core workplace and venue operations, from staff and volunteer endpoints to control room and back office environments. Global cloud platforms and content distributors handle large-scale distribution to billions of fans. Servers, storage, and hybrid AI infrastructure are built to support these edge workloads. Modern officiating depends on huge volumes of video, sensor, and positional data, from semi-automated offsite technology to connected ball systems and multi-camera VAR review environments. Specialist providers supply the cameras, tracking systems, and sensors, helping ensure that officials and replay teams can access accurate information quickly and reliably. Technologies refined in F1 garages, club football, control rooms, or World Cup stadiums flow directly into enterprise solutions for logistics, manufacturing, and healthcare. Industries that also require real-time reliability and strong analytics. FIFA World Cup 2026 is being positioned as the first truly AI-driven World Cup, with deeper AI integration across operations, content, storytelling, and fan engagement. Fans can expect faster automated highlights, more personalized content streams, richer data-driven analysis, and more immersive digital experiences.
Holograms, cloud-first broadcasting, using 5G to give you all sorts of cameras, also VAR and things that happen in the game. I can't wait for all the tech that comes with FIFA World Cup 2026. I'm going to be there in this massive, mega sporting event, and we'll keep bringing you more from this particular segment of Tech360. There used to be a time when all of us here in India used to look up to or be awestruck by the design language and the tech in European cars or in Teslas from the US. But over the past few years, there's been a movement. And Tata Motors and Mahindra have been coming up with blockbuster releases every quarter. We've seen a bunch of EVs from the Born Electric vision in Mahindra. You'll see some on the show as well. And then tech-loaded, very sophisticated design language on the new Tata Motors launches. Now, it's one thing to have an icon launched in 1991 and then to resurrect it in 2025. I'm talking about the new Tata Sierra. What's that design like? It's very polarizing, but it is certainly capturing the imagination of all of us on social media. You've seen the first look of that vehicle. We've seen the tech on display. But what was the genesis of creating something so iconic, or shall I say recreating something so iconic 34 years later? Here at Tech360, we caught up with Martin Uhlarik, the Tata Motors design chief, to figure this conundrum out. Have a listen. It's one thing to launch an iconic brand in the 90s, but over 3 decades later, to come back and resurrect an absolutely iconic brand, something that captures the imagination of everyone in India in the tech and automotive space, is something special. And someone who managed to do that, especially with the design of this particular vehicle, the Tata Sierra, is with me here in Mumbai. Martin Uhlarik, what a pleasure to have you with us.
See you.
India has been so fascinated with the Sierra, and now we're back in 2025, 34 years later, and y'all have managed to do it again. Was it more of a challenge to get it right and future forward in 2025?
Yeah, it was a big challenge, a big responsibility, because it's an iconic name, very legendary product in our history. So you don't want to disappoint the fan base that has a connection with the nameplate. But at the same time, I never saw it as a retro design, and I've always been forward-looking. So for me, it had to be a contemporary, modern, futuristic product that captured the spirit of what the Sierra stood for. It's always been futuristic, forward-looking. So for me, it has to be modern. For me, modern design means cool, clean, less is more, very clutter-free. Has to be led by technology, whether it's the screens, the speaker, and so forth. So technology has always been a driver to push design forward. And then the X factor, if I have to call it that, because there's a lot of good design, a lot of very well done products out there. But the thing that will differentiate the Sierra from its competitors is the emotional connection.
The soundbar in the car makes it a lifestyle vehicle. As a tech geek, I'm fascinated by it.
So obviously it's a 12-speaker system, but at the same time, the soundbar, this is supposed to be a shared experience product. We see generationally, everybody goes into their own sort of cocoon, closed off space, private space. But the Sierra is in many ways a kind of collective experience. So a great unifier is music. Whether acoustically it helps or not is not the point. The main thing is that it actually becomes this central focal point, just like the screens. The screens are a focal point for everybody to experience that interior together.
Tell me something now, with this push for EVs around the world, how much of a challenge is it to come out with an electric version in terms of design and fitting in all that tech, and then also matching the expectations for the ICE version of the same car?
It's a balancing act. I don't want to say compromise, that's the wrong word, but in the same time, there is, what's the sweet spot in the center? Ultimately, Sierra traditionally is an ICE product, in terms of capability, competence, and you want that mass appeal. But nevertheless, electrification and EV is the future of the company, of the brand, and I also feel of the industry.
Can we expect the EV to be on similar lines to the 23 concept?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love how this conversation is going, and since we're speaking about automotive in India and tech in India, the Safari was one brand that obviously we were quite in awe of when we were growing up in the 90s. The Sierra is here now. That largely leaves the Tata Sumo and the Tata Estate, right? If you were to, I don't want to I don't know how much of it you can reveal, but if you were to handpick one of those projects saying, which one really piques my interest and curiosity out of the two, which one would it be first and why?
Of the two, I would say the Sumo. Again, it's quite a strong character car. The Estate, I don't really have a relationship with it. I've worked on Estate type products in the past. Question is, like, you know, does it have enough personality, character? How do you create something that's visually original?
So what are those top 3 design philosophies? You mentioned modern, futuristic, tech forward, but if we look at particular facets of the Sierra, that we can really pick your brain and understand this is where Tata Motors is headed now.
I'm always looking for a certain timelessness in our designs. Traditionally, a lot of our products had what we would call a wedge. So the cars were quite inclined, so they look like they're moving even when standing still. Yes. With the Sierra, we have an almost like stable horizontal line. And that gives it a certain gravitas, it gives it a certain stability, and I feel like it makes it even more upmarket. It has a certain presence, you know, stature. As soon as it, you know, whether it's moving or parked, it either looks premium, but it also has to look strong and safe and powerful. It's an SUV ultimately. Then from a technology point of view, the lights, both front and rear lights are a single piece. It's not just for the sake of doing it, but again, it communicates a level of quality that, you know, nobody else is achieving.
Honestly, it is no mean feat, like I said, to really marry the traditional with the modern and match and meet all those expectations. Hats off to you for that. More power to you for this launch, and we can't wait to see, like we said, most probably a Tata Sumo sometime soon. What an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, Martin.
Thank you.
You can't blink on Tech360 because then you'd miss all the action. What if I told you this is only the first half of the show? Tech, Android, iOS, the future of mobility, EVs, there's so much more on the other side of a commercial break. I'll see you there. Tech360 NDTV, Tech360 NDTV. I'm saying that repeatedly because your phone is listening. And if you get a lot of prompts and suggestions based on your cookies, that is your temporary files on your phone and the identifiers, your phone is always listening. Yes, in an age of AI, this device to personalize and contextualize exactly what your user experience is like, that is a concern for a lot of us from a privacy and a security standpoint. Now, there's certain things you can do, especially on iOS devices and on some Android devices as well, to ensure that your phone could be listening but is not using that data in a way that can hamper your privacy and security. But how many of you knew about this, and how does this work? More importantly, is it concerning for you? Well, Tech360 takes to the streets of Mumbai to find out.
How important is privacy for you?
Very important.
I would like some things to be private, and yeah.
I don't want somebody else listening to my talks.
It is pretty important because I wouldn't want my information all over the world.
Privacy to
Equivalent to life.
Did you know that your smartphone listens to you 24/7 to display ads?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, I do.
I'll just talk about it like to my friend, and then I'll start popping some ads about it or sponsors. So yeah, I do.
They taught that to us in our marketing class.
Why do you think that happens?
I don't know about that one.
To know my preferences and what I'm looking at and what are my needs at the current moment.
Do you do anything about it?
No, not really.
We have no ideas what to do about it.
I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Or can I?
Privacy is a key concern in today's world, but that doesn't mean that you cannot take a few steps to safeguard yourself. You can follow these steps. Let's start off with Android. To improve privacy on an Android phone, you can start by checking which apps have access to your camera, microphone, contacts, and location, and remove permissions that they don't necessarily need. Turn off Google's ad personalization and disable activity and location history so your behavior isn't tracked across services. Set apps to use your location only when you're actually using them, right? Uninstall unused pre-installed apps always and switch to a privacy-focused browser. If you're using WhatsApp or Telegram, these encrypted messaging apps Don't take it lightly. Enable two-factor authentication, keep your phone updated further, reduce your data exposure, and protect your personal information. Now for iOS, it's a different story altogether. On an iPhone, you can review app permissions in privacy and security in settings and deny access to features like the camera, photo, and microphone if they aren't really required. Disable app tracking to stop apps from following your activity across all platforms like Instagram and Gmail and the like, and limit location access to while using the app. There's an option like that with precise location turned off when it's not needed. Use mail privacy protection and hide my email to avoid exposing personal details. Tighten your Apple ID security as well with two-factor authentication. Enable Safari's tracking protection and turn off analytics sharing. Keeping iOS updated ensures the latest privacy fixes and bugs and everything is sorted and all safeguards are always in place. So there you have it, be it Android or iOS. The next time you're saying something when you're out with your friends and Instagram is popping up with all those ads basis the identifiers that it's picked up from you not following the steps here on Tech360, now you know how to safeguard yourself and your privacy. Okay, in the first half of the show, we've gotten you that exclusive interview to understand what Tata Motors' vision is like, what the future of design and innovation is like. But the future of mobility is EVs. Now, the Sierra EV will come out maybe sometime next year, but Mahindra isn't stopping with their launches. They gave us blockbusters with the B6 and the XEV, but those were, well, 5-seaters. What if you want a 7-seater like the XEV9S? The biggest EV launch of the month happened in Bangalore this week. Tech360 gets you an exclusive first look of Mahindra's new 7-seater EV. This one's a tongue twister, the XEV9S. Have a look.
Mahindra has launched their all-new 7-seater EV. It's called the XEV9S. And this car packs in almost every tech feature that you can imagine in a car. The Mahindra XEV9S is built on InGlow, a ground-up electric architecture that blends Indian and global engineering expertise. At its core lies MAIA, an intelligent neural network powered by the Snapdragon 8295 SoC with 4 high-performance computing chips, 24GB RAM and 51 TOPS processing capability for real-time decision-making. The vehicle features intelligent adaptive suspension with 15-millisecond damping response, brake-by-wire technology with integrated electronic braking, and high-power steering with a variable gear ratio, delivering up to 679 kilometers of real-world range with its 79 kWh LFP battery. The XEV9S incorporates comprehensive Level 2 Plus ADAS technology with 5 radars, 12 ultrasonic sensors, and a vision camera, enabling systems such as forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, and autonomous emergency steering. Identity monitors driver fatigue and focus using advanced sensors. Vision X, an augmented reality heads-up display, projects essential driving information directly onto the windshield for intuitive, distraction-free awareness. Some might find, distracting at first, but as I've been driving this car for over an hour now, I've gotten used to it and it's quite helpful. Auto Park enables autonomous parking, and Secure 360 provides all-round surveillance with live view capability on premium variants. And coming to the displays here, again, it has a 3-display setup, which again is very vibrant, very bright, and despite of these big screens, it does not feel very distracting for the driver either. Because what I've seen so far is when you have a bigger display, it distracts you from your driving experience as well. But this one right here does not do that. Entertainment and connectivity are driven by a coast-to-coast triple-screen infotainment system with 3 31.24cm displays,
supporting wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, built-in Amazon Alexa, and ChatGPT integration as well. The 16-speaker Harman Kardon audio system with Dolby Atmos support delivers cinematic sound through venue-scapes, immersive profiles, and Sonic Suite's signature sounds. The cabin features an acoustically engineered interior for serene silence, ensuring distortion-free performance even at full volume, creating a premium in-car entertainment environment. 5G connectivity also supports seamless video calls with the in-car camera. The vehicle prioritizes comfort with 6-way power driver and co-driver seats that include lumbar support and boss mode recline for second-row passengers. Live Your Mood technology personalizes the cabin ambience by adjusting lighting and acoustics. Access and convenience are enhanced through passive keyless entry, NFC key card technology, and phone as key functionality, along with welcome unlock and walkaway lock personalization. OTA updates continuously improve infotainment, vehicle features, and the e-powertrain, while the advanced LFP battery comes with a lifetime warranty for first owners. DC fast charging enables 20 to 80% state of charge in just 20 minutes. The processor that it uses makes the car very smooth. Not just the driving experience, but of course, all the infotainment features as well. Like you can switch between apps and even the screens seamlessly. That's one of the key features of this particular car. The ride experience was definitely a delight. At rupees 19.95 lakh rupees, this is a very good car for people who need a 7-seater EV. What do you think about the Mahindra XEV9S? Do let us know in the comments.
I told you can't blink on this episode of Tech360 because it is even more action-packed than every other week. And in fact, a lot of this content and so much more from tech, mobility, AI is all available across NDTV's social media handles and on the NDTV website, and most importantly, on the very popular and slick NDTV app. All home to Tech360. We hope you've enjoyed the future of mobility, tech, Android, iOS, AI, security, privacy, and football. Who can't enjoy a show here with football in it and the FIFA World Cup? Something I'm really looking forward to. I will see you at the same time, same place next week. This is Aayush saying adios.